Hello and welcome. It is Nomadic Shaman here. Thank you for visiting my page. Today's video, we're staying on gangstalking. However, I'm going to narrow my focus on common practices and tactics used so you can identify what, when, and or if you are being gangstalked, and if not you, someone near and dear to you. Okay, so with that said, let's jump right in. As a refresher, who does the gang stalking? That can be family, friends, your colleagues. That can be community, neighborhood, online, school spaces, as well as your ex-lover, your your ex-lover's ex, or even your ex-lover's new partner, okay, to name a few. As it relates to me and my personal experience, it has been individuals affiliated with gangs, covens, cults, secret societies, and the government. There are a few others I wrote down in my notes, okay, to add to that list. One would be religious fanatics who hold a grudge based on your out and loud or out and proud religious stance and practices, especially if it is in opposition to theirs. Then you have the corrupt local authorities, so the police, the corrupt government officials. And then you have the agencies, the alphabet agencies, such as FBI, CIA, NIH, NSA, to name a few. Am I saying that all of these agencies are corrupt and that all of them do gang stalking? No, that is not what I'm saying at all. For clarity, what I'm saying is there are individuals who work in these agencies that are contracted or are on the payroll of gang stalking campaigns. Why? Because they have access, they have resources, and they have funding. Okay, so that is what I'm saying. In addition to that, let's get to it. What is the number one indicator that you are being gang stalked? This would be your gut, okay? Your gut, your intuition. If that is to whoa, 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 whoa for you, I'm going to translate through a scientific lens. The gut has the most nerve cells outside of the brain. It is called the second brain. Okay, there you have it. So with that said, outside of that, what are some indicators as far as common practices and tactics that are used within gang stalking? Let me start off by saying it's unfortunate and it's sad that I literally have experienced every single one of these outside of one. Okay, which is why it's so important for me to get this information out. Okay, so let's start. The first would be an influx of spoofing emails, scam texts, okay, spam calls. Then you would have entrapment, home invasion, so that could be burglary or break-in, wire tapping, computer hacking, bugging your phone, your house, your car, revenge porn. Okay, so that's explicit videos and photos that are shared on the dark web, the black web, without your knowledge or consent, even OnlyFans, y'all. Placing tracking devices on your vehicle by way of AirTag, if not some type of gadget, then they're using, Google Maps, so the history, the Google location, Google history, or the app where they use satellite. So it's, I believe, a Sirius app, if not Bluetooth, okay? There is blacklisting and blackballing, crowding, mobbing, and proxy stalking. Mobbing is group bullying. Proxy stalking is stalking by a third party. Then you have workplace undermining. An example of that is somebody continuously registering complaints through your HR department, and now your HR department are running investigations on you. Okay. Honey traps. Let me explain that in a bit. First, let me backtrack. Framing and forging documents. Okay. Honey traps. What that is they're spying, they're stalking, they're monitoring you. So now they know what you like. They know what tickles your fancy. They know what you're attracted to. So they will strategically place that person in an environment that you most often frequent, or they'll figure out your schedule through monitoring and spying, your emails. And the job of that honey trap is to connect with you, okay, so that they can gain additional intel that they are otherwise haven't been able to gain through observing you. Okay, so it's an opportunity of close and personal, get an insight on your behavior, what makes you tick, and just other information, about you. 24/7 surveillance that is in person, on the phone, and as well as your computer browsing history. Okay, then we also have people will be randomly walking by you when you're out and about, or in front, outside of your home, and you're probably like, people always walk by you. There's a difference, okay? What I'm specifically speaking about is there will be a vacant there'll be one of two scenarios where they'll literally have a car parked right in front of you. The person will be sitting there in front of their car for a good 45 minutes, definitely 15 plus minutes. And you will see the person in the driver's seat continuously trying to look through your windows, looking into your home. Okay, this is how you know. Or they'll have vacant cars parked out there with, dash cameras, so that it can get footage. Okay, it's less visible that way. It's more subtle, is what I mean to say. The monitoring is more subtle in that way. You'll notice that these cars will either have no license plate, they'll have expired license plate, they'll have out of state tags, and then they'll have new license plate tags, the paper ones. They'll get close so that they can access your router and your Wi-Fi. Okay, so they can get your IP address as well as to commit fraud. That's what Spirit just told me. IP address to commit fraud, as well as to access your browsing. Okay. History. There's vandalism. There is hiring witch doctors and spiritual practitioners to do spell work around the clock, send it towards your home, your health, your money, your finances, your employment, your business, okay, partnerships, opportunities, family and friends, even loved ones, employment, if I didn't say that before. As far as social media, you'll find that you'll get inundated with a whole bunch of requests. And you're probably like, okay, that's commonplace. But you'll notice that there will be a lot of requests, profile requests, where it's apparent that profile is like a phantom profile, or what do you call it? Like a burner profile. There's not that much information on there. It's probably like one picture on there, and it looks mad suspect, okay? You'll get inserting listening devices, cameras while you are away from home, so that can look like while you're on vacation. And you'll probably say, hey, I got a Ring camera. Well, they have hackers on payroll too, okay? And the Ring cameras and the footage, more specifically, can be hacked. They'll also use ways where paying others to infiltrate your social circle. So they'll pay others to befriend you to gain information. So similar to honey trap, but from a friendship perspective, okay? Because a friendship perspective tends to be less threatening. However, the end goal is still the same: to study you, to observe you, to take whatever information or data experience through your interaction and to give it to the group or the handler, okay? There is smear and slander campaigns, character assassinations. There is mail tampering. There's radiation and sensitization. I couple that with direct energy weapons. Okay, these are military grade weapons. I'll probably speak about that in a later video. Verbal insults, gaslighting, stalling or turning off your internet connection, messing with your electrical wires as well as your plumbing, poisoning pets, poisoning your food. You're probably like, how the fuck do they poison your food? Well, direct access. Remember, cleaning lady, cleaning woman, maintenance man that needs to work up a ticket. Let it be an emergency. They can already gain access to your home. Remember, family and friends, those who have direct access to your home, or if they happen to be a service person, okay? Or through Uber Eats and DoorDash. So be mindful. The next are HVAC systems, as well as noise intimidation. Noise intimidation, what that can look like: drones constantly flying around your space, apartment, as well as you constantly hearing helicopters around your neighborhood, especially if it's not commonplace. Now, what would be commonplace is if you live close to a hospital. But if you don't, and you're not accustomed to hearing that many helicopters, and all of a sudden you're hearing it every day, okay? That's something to look out for. Revving engines loudly. That's another thing that I like to do as part of noise intimidation campaign. Well, they'll take cars or they'll take motorcycles, rev it up really, really loud, and then take off. And then they'll continue to do that, driving back and forth within a short period of time, okay? And another thing is with the cars. I don't know if I mentioned this before, where the DoorDash, not the DoorDash, but the dash camera to gain footage of you. But these cars, generally, they have no license plates or expired tags, expired license plates, out of state tags, or it would be, what's the other one? The new ones, when you first buy a new car, you'll find that they have those, okay? That's commonplace, especially with the cars being parked outside of your home or people who are parked in front of your home outside of, in their car outside of your home. Last thing is they like to employ children. And you're probably like, what do you mean employ children? Well, they do it for a couple of reasons. One is because to pull at your heartstrings, so that in the event if they were to get caught doing something illegal, you'd probably let it slide, or you wouldn't go as hard as you would an adult. And then the second reason is if they were to get caught by the authorities, okay, that their consequences isn't going to be as heavy as an adult committing that same crime, especially if it has to do with like stealing or something. Okay. So that wraps up my video. I know it was long, but it was important and needed. If you would like to have me draw up a list, have something tangible, I can do that. Just let me know in the comments. Other than that, feel free to comment, like, share, and follow. And until the next video, I'm out.